students, good evening. Welcome to this video session. I remain Samuel Dominic Chukwu Emeka, aka Sam Dom for Peace. In this video session, we shall continue our study of quadratic sequences. This is part 2. So the first thing you need to do is to view part 1. It is very important that you view part 1. In part 1 we discussed quadratic sequences. We discussed the differences between a linear sequence. A linear sequence is an arithmetic sequence, and a quadratic sequence. We looked at the differences. So and we solved a question in part 1. So this part 2, we shall continue to solve more questions. I have the questions here. If you go to my website, samuelchukwuemeka.com or chukwuemekasamuel.com, you click on mathematics, click on algebra, click on sequences, and it will take you to the website. On the website, if you click on quadratic sequences, you click the drop down arrow and you click the solved examples. You will see the questions we are going to continue to do tonight. Alright, we did a question in part 1. We shall do more questions in part 2. And you can verify the answers with the calculator. Okay, if you click on calculators, you will see the calculator for it. The calculator will solve all the questions so far. Okay, all the questions we are going to do, the calculator will solve all of it. So after solving it, you can check your answer with my solution, and you can also check your answer with the calculators. Okay? So in part 1, we derived these formulas in part 1, and we also wrote the nth term of a quadratic sequence. We did that in part 1. And we wrote out these formulas so that it will be easier for us. Okay? Some of the things here, when we are solving questions, it will be much easier for us to solve. This is the first term, of course. This will always give us the first term. This is the second term, and this is the third term. So we did this in part 1. And here we are going to solve the questions normally, and we shall also use the formula to solve it. Okay. All right. We did question 1 in part 1. So here we will start with question 2. Question 2 is from GCSE. Okay. GCSE question. So it says, work out the next term of this quadratic sequence. Work out the next term of this quadratic sequence. So we have 5, 8, 14, 23. So they just want us to find this. So let's just say, let the next term be C. Okay? Let it be C or P or K, anything you want to call it. So we discussed this in part 1. The second difference will be the same. Okay? For a quadratic sequence, the second difference will be the same. So let's first of all do the first difference. The first difference. Please, like I said, like I always say, okay, I'm going to be walking back and forth so my computer does not go to sleep. So like I always say this, if the professor is working out a problem, do not write. Okay? I know some of you will say, hey, Mr. C, I learn better when I write. It does not work like that in mathematics. Okay? Mathematics is not a history, or it is not a clerical work whereby you're in the court. Okay? You're in the court and the prosecutor and the defendant, they are talking and you're typing. You're the court clerk. You know, you're doing two things at the same time. It's not mathematics now. Mathematics, when the teacher is explaining, you can write. But when the teacher is solving question, don't write. No. Don't write. Don't write. Do not write what you don't know. Okay? Just see the steps. See the steps that the teacher is doing. Then, if you miss any step, stop the teacher immediately. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, sir. Please, I don't get this step. Okay? So that you understand it. After the whole thing, after the teacher finishes the question, then you write. If you have understood it. Okay, so please, I have solved these questions on my website and I explained it very well. Honestly, I explained it very well. In fact, even if you don't view this video, if you go to my website and read it, you will understand it. However, some people are visual learners. Okay? Some people are visual learners. So for those visual learners, this is why I'm doing video. So do not write. See how I do it. After I finish it, then you write. Okay? Of course, I'm not gonna wait for you here to write because we have to solve some problems tonight. Okay? So this video will not be long. Okay? So that is why, you know, at least you see me do it and you can pause the video, you rewind, and the rest of them. Okay, so the first difference, we have 8 minus 5 is 3. 14 minus 8 is 6. 23 minus 14 is 9. And then we have C minus 23. C minus 23 is also C minus 23. Remember, the question says, work out the next term of the quadratic sequence. Okay? And we want to find the next term. And we call this C. Okay? So we did the first difference first. And then with the second difference, okay, the second difference will be the same. And that is how you know that it is a quadratic sequence. The second difference is the same. If it is a linear sequence, the first difference is the same. Common difference, that's why it's common. You call it common difference, but that is linear sequence. Okay? In the quadratic sequence, they have a common second difference. Okay? Linear sequence, they have a common first difference. Quadratic sequence, they have a common second difference. We discussed that in part 1. Alright, so we do the second difference. The second difference here. And we see that 6 minus 3, this 6 minus 3 will give us 3. 9 minus 6 will give us 3. So you see, this is common. Okay, they have a common second difference. Now you will now do C minus 23 minus 9. Okay, and that should also give us 3. That should give us 3. Okay, so C is equal to 3 plus 23 plus 9. So 3 plus 23 is 26. 26 plus 9 is 35. So the next term is 35. Okay? So the next term is 35. That's it. Okay? Question 3. Now if you understood it, then you're all right. Okay. Question 3. I'm going to move on because I want to solve, there are some questions I want to solve tonight before we call it a night. Okay, so you can pause the video and write. Question 3 is also GCSE question. GCSE General Certificate of Secondary Education, something like that. General Certificate something. I have to Google. I have to type it again. Yeah, GCSE question. Work out an expression for the nth term of the quadratic sequence. Work out an expression for the nth term. Okay, I call it the general term. That's what I call it. I also use that, but you can also call it nth term. So we have 217, and I like to separate this with comma, even though they don't separate it with comma. 217, 40, 71. Okay? They want us to find the nth term of this sequence. Okay, like we said, you only need 3 terms only. I mean, they gave us 4, that's fine, but you only need 3 only. You already know that it is a quadratic sequence. Now, if you want to determine if it is a quadratic sequence, then you need 4 terms. And we discussed that in part 1. But if you want to find the nth term of the quadratic sequence, then you need 3 terms. And that's okay if they give you 4 terms, that's fine. So we shall do it step by step. I call that first method. And then we shall do it second method, formula method. Okay, so we have that QSN, QS subscript n, that is what I call it. That's my preference, okay? AN squared plus BN plus C. So, for the first term, QS1, which is the first term, so this means n equal to 1, okay? N equal to 1. So please, we did this in part 1. We said, hey, it is better we just write out this, and if you want to, it's easier to make this video, within a reasonable time. So we've done this already in part 1. A plus B plus C will give us the first term. For A plus 2B, just substitute. Okay, when n is equal to 1. Okay, you substitute. We already did this in part 1. So it is important you begin with part 1. So we see that A plus B plus C, the first term here is 2. Okay, and we can just write it here. We can write it first. First term is 2. Second term is 17. Third term is 40. Excuse me. So QS1 means n equal to 1. Okay? For n equal to 1 implies for n equal to 1. A plus B plus C is equal to 2. Okay, call this equation 1. Call this equation 1. QS2 implies for n equal to 2. Okay, if you substitute 2 for n in this equation. So we have 4a plus 2b plus c is equal to the second term, 17. Okay? QS2, QS subscript 2, second term of the sequence. So call this equation 2. Call this equation 2. Equation 2. Alright? QS3 implies for n equal to 3, the third term. So we have 9a plus 3b plus c equal to third term, which is 40. Call this equation 3. Okay? Now, it is easier to do it by elimination. Okay? By elimination, it is much easier to do it by elimination. So let's do equation 2 minus equation 1. Equation 2 minus equation 1 gives us what? So 4a minus a is 3a. 2b minus b plus b. C minus c, that is out. 17 minus 2 is 15. 15. Call this equation 4. Call it equation 4. Then we do, and that is how we got this, 3a plus b will always give you second minus first. Okay? 3a plus b will always give you second minus first. And then you do equation 3 minus equation 1 gives 9a minus a is 8a. 3b minus b is plus 2b. C minus c. C minus c is out. 40 minus 2 is 38. 40 minus 2 is 38. So this is equation 5. If you don't understand what I just did, then you have to view my videos on linear systems. Okay, the prerequisite videos, the links to the prerequisite videos are on my website. So you know what you need to know before you solve this. Very important. You need to know linear systems. You need to know at least linear systems, solution of linear systems by elimination method. You also need to know factoring of quadratic equation, solving quadratic equations. You need to know that. Okay. You can know factoring or completing the square or quadratic formula. All right, the next thing we have to do, let's multiply equation 4 by 2. Okay, so if we have 2 times equation 4, it gives us, 2 times 3a is 6a, plus 2 times b is plus 2b, equal to 2 times 15 is 30. Let's call this equation 6. Equation 6. Now we can do equation 5 minus equation 6. So we can eliminate b. Okay, to find a, we eliminate b. All right. So that is what we want to do. So equation 5 minus equation 6 gives 8a minus 6a is 2a plus 2b minus plus 2b. 2b minus 2b is gone. Okay, equal to 2a is equal to 38 minus 30 is 8. So this implies that a is equal to 8 divided by 2, which is 4. So our A is 4. Let me write it here. A is 4. Okay? Our A is 4. Now, let us get our B. So to get our B, we just use equation 4. Okay, let's make it easy. And to get our C, we can use equation 1 to make it easy. Excuse me. So, to get our B, from equation 4, okay, this equation 4, B is 15 minus 3A. 15 minus 3A. So B is 15 minus 3 times 4. B is 15 minus 12. So B is 3. Our B is 3. Okay? Now we can find our C. Our C will be from equation 1. We can get our C. So from equation 1, C is equal to 2 minus A minus B. From equation 1. So C will be 2 minus 4 minus 3. Okay? So C will be 2 minus 4 is minus 2. Minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5. C is minus 5. So C is minus 5. Okay? So we can now write our n term. But before we write the general term, the n term, let us use the formula also. Let us use the formula and solve it. Then we can write the n term. Okay? So second method is the use of formula. So we see that the first term is 2, second term is 17, third term is 40. So we can just use the formula. A is the first plus third, which is 2 plus 40 minus 2 times 17 all over 2. So this gives us a 42 minus 34 over 2. And that gives us a 8 over 2, which is 4. That is our A. Our B is 8 times the second term, 8 times 17, minus 5 times 2, minus 3 times 40, all over 2. So this gives us 8 times 7 is 56, 6, 5, 8 times 1, 8 plus 5, 13. Minus 10, minus 120, all over 2. And so B is equal to 126 minus 126, 6 over 2, and that gives us 3. Okay? And our C is 3 times 2, 3 times 2 minus 3 times 17, plus the third, plus 40. So C is 6 minus 51 plus 40, which is a 6 minus 51 is minus 45. Minus 45 plus 40, and that gives us minus 5. Therefore, the n term, QSN, AN squared plus BN plus C. So QSN quadratic sequence, n term of the quadratic sequence is 4n squared plus 3n. Then c is negative 5. Plus minus is minus. Minus 5. That is the answer. So what I normally advise my students to do is use this n term to find the fourth term. And it should give you 71. If it doesn't give you 71, there's a problem. Okay? If it doesn't give you 71, there's a problem. So let us do that. Let us use the n term to find the fourth term. And it should give us 71. Okay, so if we do that, QS4 is 4 times 4 squared plus 3 times 4 minus 5. So this gives us 4 cubed, okay, plus 12 minus 5, which is 64. 64 plus 12 minus 5. And that is 76 minus 5, which is 71. Gives us that. Okay, we know that is correct. Okay, question 4. Question 4. Question 4 is NSE, National Senior Certificate. NSC, National Senior Certificate. Question. Okay, question 4. It says here, given the quadratic sequence to semicolon, I have no idea why they use semicolon. See, if you're using my calculator, don't use semicolon to separate the numbers. Separate the numbers with comma. Yeah, if you use semicolon, it will not work. If you use my calculator, okay, for this, make sure you separate each term with a comma. Okay? So 2, 3, 10, 23. 10, 23. And they have that. So it says here 4.1.1. Write down the next term of the sequence. Okay, let's just call it A. A, write down the next term of the sequence. B, determine the nth term of the sequence. C, calculate the 20th term of the sequence. My calculator can solve this question right now. Okay? Yeah. Alright, now let's find the next term of the sequence. Okay? Write down the next term of the sequence. So let the next term be, let's call it P. We can call it P or C or anything you want to call it. Okay? Let the next term be P. Okay. First difference. We have 3 minus 2 is 1. 10 minus 3 is 7. 23 minus 10 is 13. P minus 23 is P minus 23. Okay? Second difference. We have 7 minus 1 is 6. 13 minus 7 is 6. Okay, this tells you that it is a quadratic sequence. The second, it has a common second difference. Now, we now do this minus this. P minus 23 minus 13 should give us 6. It should give us 6. Okay? So this means that P minus 23 plus 13 is 36. 36 is equal to 6. So P will be 6 plus 36. P is 42. So this is 42. 42. The next term is 42. Okay? 42. Alright. Next question there is determine the nth term of the sequence. Determine the nth term of the sequence. So, we know that, a plus b plus c, first term, 4a plus 2b plus c, second term, 9a plus 3b plus c, third term. I mean, if you want to memorize it, that's fine. Or you just solve it, just solve it normally. Okay? And QS1 implies n equal to 1. Okay? So we see that a plus b plus c is the first term, which is 2. The first term is 2. Okay? First term, second term, third term. First term is 2. Then we call this equation 1. Equation 1. QS2 is the second term, n equal to 2. Okay? Now, if you want, you can write this out first. Okay? QSN is an squared plus bn plus c. And it's good to write it out so you see, that just substitute 2. Okay? 2 squared is 4. 4 times a, 4a plus n is 2. 2 times b, 2b. 2b plus c is the second term, 3. Call this equation 1, I'm sorry. Equation 1, call this equation 2. Okay? QS3, quadratic sequence 3, implies that n equal to 3. So 3 squared, 9. 9 times a, 9a plus 3b plus c equal to the third term, 10. Call this equation 3. Okay? Equation 2 minus equation 1. Equation 2 minus equation 1 gives 3a, 4a minus a, 3a plus b, 2b minus b, plus b. C minus c, that is gone. 3 minus 2, 1. 3a plus b equal to 1. Call it equation 4. Equation 4. Then do equation 3 minus equation 1 gives 9a minus a, 8a plus 3b minus b, 2b, c minus c, gone, equal to 10 minus 2, 8. Call this equation 5. Equation 5. Okay? Now, we now do 2 times equation 4. We want to find a first. We want to find a first. So 2 times equation 4. So we can just write this as 42. Write it as 42. So 2 times equation 4 gives what? 2 times 3, 6a plus 2b equal to 2. Call this equation 6. Call it equation 6. Then just do equation 5 minus equation 6. Equation 5 minus equation 6 gives 8a minus 6a is 2a. Okay? Now, 2a will always give you this. Third minus first minus 2 times second minus first. Okay, you see that? 2a will always give you that. Always. For a quadratic sequence. So, if you want to memorize this, that's fine. But I encourage you to know how to solve it step by step. Now we're going to do it both ways. We will use formula, we'll do it step by step. And I know it's taking me time because the more you do it, the more you master it. Okay? And then, I mean, that was how we derived these formulas in the first place. Step by step approach. Okay? So 2a will give us, because 2b minus 2b, that is gone. 8 minus 2 is 6. So a is 6 divided by 2, which is 3. A is 3. Let us write it here. Then to find b, we use equation 4. It is easier for us. Okay, because b is, the coefficient of b is 1. So it is easier for us to use that equation. So from equation 4, b is 1 minus 3a. So b is 1 minus 3 times 3. Okay? This implies that b is 1 minus 9, b is minus 8. b is minus 8. Right? Then we find c. It will be easy to find c from equation 1. Easier, you know. The easiest way to find c is from equation 1. So from equation 1, c is 2 minus a minus b. C will be 2 minus 3 minus minus 8. Because b is negative 8. So c will be minus 1 plus 8. So c is 7. C is 7. Alright. Let us use the formula also. Then we check it. Then we now find the 20th term. I think they asked us for the 20th term. Yeah. But let us use the formula to verify. I mean, it doesn't hurt, right? So let's use the formula. The first term is 2, second term 3, third term 10. Alright, so A is 2 plus third term 10 minus 2 times 3 over 2. So this is 20 minus 6 over 2, which is, 12 minus 6. 2 plus 10 is 12. 12 minus 6 over 2, which is 6 over 2, which is 3. Then B is 8 times 3 minus 5 times 2 minus 3 times 10 over 2. So this is 8 times 3, 24, minus 10 minus 30 over 2. So B is 14 minus 30 is minus 16. Minus 16 over 2, which is minus 8. Excuse me. Okay? Then C is 3 times 2 minus 3 times 3. Second term is 3 plus 10 plus 10. So this gives us C 6 minus 9 plus 10, which is minus 3 plus 10, which is 7. Okay? Thank God, it's correct. Okay, now we can write the nth term. So and if you wanna, like I always tell my students, especially if you're not gonna use formula, after finding ABC, you might wanna just verify with the fourth term. So let's do that. So we have QSN now is equal to A is 3n squared plus B is minus 8 8n plus 7. So let us verify with QS4. This is 3 times 4 squared minus 8 times 4 plus 7, which is 3 times 16. 3 times 16 minus 32 plus 7, which is 48 minus 32 plus 7, which gives us 16 plus 7, which is 23. That's the first term. Okay? So the third part of the question, the last part of the question, it says calculate the 20th term of the sequence. We can do that. Calculate the 20th term of the sequence. So that will give us QS20. QS20 is 3 times 20 squared minus 8 times 20 plus 7. Okay? So this will give us 3 times 400 minus 160 plus 7. Okay? So this will give us 1200 minus 160 plus 7. Okay. 0, 0, 0. 10 minus 6 is 4. But carry 1 here. 1 minus 1, 0. 1 plus 7. Okay? And that gives us 1047. 20th term. 1047. Okay? Oops, I missed it. Okay. I hope I get the next row. Alright. I can play basketball well, Okay. Any question with this, folks? Question? Oh, I forgot I was. Okay. Question? Yeah, if you have any questions, ask me in the comments. You ask questions in the comment. Now, if you ask questions in the comment, don't expect me to answer immediately. I am not always online on YouTube. Okay? I'm a very busy person. I can't always be on YouTube. So, and I have some folks asking me, do you have Facebook? Mr. C, do you have Facebook? Listen, if you go to my website, you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there are 3 things. I used to be on Google+, but Google has discontinued Google+. So those are the only things, the only social media that I am on. That I am on YouTube, Twitter, and Blogger. Only. And don't ask me why I am not on Facebook or Instagram. Don't ask me. I don't have that time. Honestly, I don't. I'm a very busy person. So those are the only, if you go to any website, my website, those are the only 3 that I am in. YouTube, Twitter, Blogger, only. Only. Okay, Uh, let's do question 5. Okay, let's do question 5 and we can call it a night. Yeah, let's do question 5. Question 5 has more stuff on it. It has more stuff. Okay, and then we can call it a night. Let's do question 5. Yeah. And you know, if I have to do part 3, I will do, but you can watch out for it. But I think part 1 and part 2 should be enough to solve any question on quadratic sequence. But if I have to do part 3, I will do it. Yeah, if I find more questions that I've not touched, and if I have the time, then I can do it. Okay, question 5, then we can call it a night. So let's come here, question 5. Okay, I'm also on WhatsApp, yes, I just remembered. I'm also on WhatsApp is a social media, right? Okay, WhatsApp, yeah. But I'm not on TikTok, no. But I'm on WhatsApp, yeah. Okay, question 5. Question 5. Given the quadratic sequence, 321, 290, 261, 290, 261, 234. This question is also NSC question, okay? National Senior Certificate question. This question is NSC. I think it's 2019, I think last year, I think so. NSC question. So, you have this sequence, first part, you know, they write this point 1.1, this point 1.2, this point 1.3, question point 1.4. Okay, let's just call it A, B, C, D. It has 4 parts. A, write down the values of the next 2 terms of the sequence. Values of the next 2 terms of the sequence. Let the next 2 terms of the sequence be C and D. Okay, let us say, excuse me, let the next 2 terms of the sequence be C and D. I might have to use calculator this time around. The numbers are big. Excuse me. The numbers are big, so I might have to use calculator. Alright, so we do it the same way we've been doing things. So first difference, our first difference, we have 290 minus 321. We have 261 minus 290. We have 234 minus 261. We have C minus 234. We have D minus C. Okay, let me use my calculator, okay? Just a simple one. Simple calculator to save time. Now, I can solve this without calculator, but let us save time. Okay, we have a 290 minus 321. That is minus 31. 261 minus 290 minus 29. 234 minus 261 minus 27. Okay, C minus 234 is also C minus 234. Okay, D minus C is also D minus C. Right? That is the first difference. Second difference. Second difference. We have minus 29 minus 31. Okay, so this is minus 29 plus 31, and that gives us 2. Minus 27 minus 29 gives us minus 27 plus 29, and that gives us 2. Okay, as you can see here, I'm using yellow chalk to circulate. You see, this tells us that it is a quadratic sequence. Then we have C minus 2, 3, 4 minus 27. This should give us 2. It should give us 2. Okay, it should give us 2. So this is C minus 2, 3, 4 plus 27 equal to 2. So C is 2 plus 2, 3, 4 minus 27. So C will give us 236 minus 27, 209. C is 209. 209. And as you can see, this is in decreasing. It's decreasing. The sequence is decreasing, as you can see there. Okay? 209. Alright, that is our C. C is 209. So let's try 209 here. 209. Now let's find our D. Let's find D. Yeah! Thank God I got it this time. Yeah. Okay. Now, D minus C minus the C. You have to be careful here, folks. You have to be careful. This will be this minus this should give us 2. Okay? So this is D minus C minus C minus 2, 3, 4 should give us 2. Very careful here. Very, very careful here. Very careful. Now, what you can also do is to get the nth term. When you get the nth term first, you only need 3 terms to get the nth term. So when you get the nth term, you can now find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th and 6th terms. Okay, the 5th term is your C, the 6th term is your D. If you want to do it that way, I think they should mark it correct if you want to do it that way. With the first 3 terms, get the nth term, then you find the 5th term and the 6th term. Okay, but I think this is the skill they are testing for. Okay, they are testing for this knowledge, for you to know that the second difference will be the same. Alright, so this will give us D minus C plus 2, 3, 4 is equal to 2. So this is D minus 2C plus 2, 3, 4 is equal to 2. So D will be 2 plus 2C minus 2, 3, 4. So D will be 2 plus 2 times 209 minus 2, 3, 4. See that? So D will be 2 plus, let me just be fast on this. 209 times 2 is 418 minus 2, 3, 4. So D is, and this is 420. Okay? Minus 2, 3, 4. 186. 186. So D is 186. You come here, we put 186. That's it. Okay, and if you want us to verify the answer, we can after we find the nth term. Alright? Next question says the B part. Determine the general term of the sequence. You see, they call it general term. That's nice. Okay? That's what I call it. It's the nth term also. So, but they use T subscript N. They use T subscript N. Determine the general term of the sequence in the form T subscript N equal to an squared, excuse me, excuse me. Determine the general term of the sequence in the form t subscript n equal to an squared plus bn plus c. We are going to use what they used. That's no problem. Okay? We will use what they used. So let's erase this. I mean, if you still use QSN, nobody would. You will still get it right. But we will use T subscript N, what they used, no problem. So, T subscript N, an squared plus bn plus c. So, we see that T1 implies n equal to 1. Okay? 1 squared is 1 times a plus b plus c is the first term, 3, 2, 1. This is equation 1. Okay, T2 implies n equal to 2. 2 squared is 4. 4a plus 2b plus c will give us the second term, 290. Equation 2. Equation 2. T subscript 3 implies that n equal to 3. N is equal to 3. 3 squared is 9. 9a plus 3b plus c equal to the third term, 261. Call this equation 3. Okay. Equation 2 minus equation 1. Equation 2 minus equation 1 gives 4a minus a is 3a. 3a plus 2b minus b is b. Okay, c minus c is gone. 3a plus b is equal to 290 minus 321 minus 31. Call it equation 4. Okay? Equation 3 minus equation 1. Equation 3 minus equation 1 gives 9a minus a is 8a. 3b minus b is plus 2b. C minus c, gone. 261 minus 321 minus 60. Call it equation 5. Right? Now let's do 2 times equation 4. 2 times equation 4 gives 2 times equation 4 gives 2 times 3, 6a plus 2b equal to negative 62. Negative 62. Call it equation 6. Call it equation 6. Alright, now we now do equation 5 minus equation 6. Equation 5 minus equation 6 gives 8a minus 6a is 2a. 2b plus minus 2b. That's gone. 2a is equal to minus 60 minus 62. So look, this is minus 60, okay, minus 62. So this is 2a is minus 60 plus 62. So 2a will be equal to 2. So a will be 2 over 2, A is 1. A is 1. So let's write here A is 1. Okay? Now, let us find B from equation 4. It is easy to find B from equation 4. So, from equation 4, B will be negative 31 minus 3A. So this will be negative 31 minus 3 times 1. Okay, B is minus 31 minus 3. B is minus 34. Minus 34. Okay? Then, we now find C. Okay, from equation 1, let's find C. From equation 1, C is 321 minus A minus B. Okay? I remembered something now. I think we might do another question after this. Okay? I just remembered something. So we'll do another one, question 6 after this. Yeah. I think it's important we do that question. Yeah. Okay, so C will be 321 minus A is 1 minus 34. So C will be 321 minus 1 is 320. Okay, we can do that. Plus 34. Alright? It still allows PEMDAS. That's fine. Order of operations. That's fine. From left to right. Addition, subtraction from left to right. So this will give us C is 354. 354. Okay? So C is 354. Okay. Let us use the formula to verify this. Okay? And then we now we also verify the fifth and sixth terms just to make sure. Okay, after we use the formula to verify it, then we write the write the n term, then we verify the fifth and sixth terms just to make sure we got it correct. Okay, and then we continue with the question. Alright, so now let us verify this with the formula. So we have that A, the first term here is 321, plus the third term is 261, minus 2 times the second term is 290, all over 2. So this gives us 321 plus 261, 582 minus 2 times 290, 580, all over 2. So this is 2 over 2, which is 1. Thank God it is correct. Now B is 8 times 290 minus 5 times 321 minus 3 times 261 all over 2. So this gives 2320 minus 1605 minus 783 over 2. So B gives us minus 68 over 2, and that gives us minus 34. Okay, then C is 3 times 321 minus 3 times 290 plus 261. So C will give us 963 minus 870 plus 261. That gives us 354. Okay, good. Now let us write the n term, then we will verify the fifth and sixth terms. Then we will continue with question C. Okay? Ooh! Thank God I got it right. Okay, so the n term now would be the n term will now be 1 n squared is n squared. B is minus 34n, then plus 354. This is the n term. That is the n term. Alright, now let's verify. The fifth term will be 5 squared minus 34 times 5 plus 354. So that is 25 minus 5 times 4, 22, 15 plus 2, 17. Okay. Alright, this is 209. Alright. Sixth term is 6 squared minus 34 times 6 plus 354. So this is 36 minus 6 times 4, 4, 2, 18 plus 2, 20, plus 354. Okay, that gives us 186. Okay? Thank God we're correct. Okay, that's the answer. Correct. The next question here says, which terms, we can call it the C part, which terms of the sequence will have a value of 74? Which terms, now it says terms, will have a value of 74. Okay, so this is a quadratic sequence. Like we said in part 1, compare it to a quadratic function. Alright, and if you graph this, it's going to have a minimum value. Okay, now if this was negative n squared, if the coefficient of n squared, which is your a, is negative, it will have a maximum value. But this tells you, if you graph this quadratic function, which is a I want us to do the last question, okay? Last question. So I'm gonna call that question 6.